my vision of Sasnaraka has changed like everything else. When I first started Sasnaraka Buddhist Sanctuary, I just came back from Burma, having gone through a very traditional Buddhist education, in the sense that when we study the scriptures, we study the Pali Canon, we always do so through the eyes of the commentaries and the sub-commentaries and our teachers' interpretation. But since I came back to Malaysia in 1998, end of 1998, I've been exposed to people who are more, who scrutinize the scriptures much more than the traditional Buddhist scholar does in Burma. Perhaps it is because they do not have the chance to read the commentaries and the sub-commentaries, because they are not available in English, and so they go directly into the English translations of the suttas, and they compare that with popular or orthodox Theravadan views, which are based very much on the commentaries and the Abhidhamma, or to be more specific, the Abhidhammata Sangaha and the Visuddhimagga. Initially there was a lot of resistance. I thought that, I also concede, these guys, they haven't read the scriptures, they haven't read the commentaries and the sub-commentaries, so they don't really know the whole picture. But I kept an open mind and tried to verify the claims of these people. And I found to my surprise that they were right. So when I first started SPS at that time, I had not gone very far into doing research, comparing what the suttas say with what the commentaries say. When I first started SPS, I wanted to create an environment so that local Malaysians who are interested in monkhood can come and receive training, and to be trained to become proper and good monks. Why do I say that? That's because when I first became a monk more than 30 years ago, it was not possible to receive any sort of formal education or training in Malaysia. We had to go abroad to Thailand or Burma or Sri Lanka to get ordained and to learn meditation and to learn the Dhamma. Of course, we face all sorts of problems, visa problems, cultural, language, climate, food, health problems, and we had to come back. And also, in Malaysia, we have Theravada Buddhist temples that were already well established in their local traditions. We have the Thai temples, we have the Sri Lankan temples, we have the Burmese temples. And we don't, as local Malaysians, we don't quite fit into into these monasteries and temples. So I thought I wanted to start. The reason why I went to Burma also for so long, I went to stay in Burma for a stretch of 10 years without having any contact with anyone in Malaysia, was because I wanted to study the Vinaya Pitaka commentaries and sub-commentaries, and how to put this into practice, so that when I come back to Malaysia, I could start a Malaysian Sangha. But that was the original vision of SPS, to set up a monk training center for locals. Why for locals? Because I understand that Malaysia is a Muslim country, so it's not possible for foreigners to come and stay here for long periods to undergo the training. And the training is a long one, minimum of 5 years, according to the Vinaya. Now, in the course of founding SBS and in the course of teaching my students, I had to make more research. That's the wonder of teaching. If you want to teach, you have to make sure that your facts are correct. So, in the course of doing the research, I found that more and more of the Buddhism that I knew or that I had been educated in are quite different from what the suttas say. And this is not only from the theoretical point of view, but from the Dhamma practice point of view also. I begin to, the inconsistencies of yogis' behavior begin to fit into the picture of the suttas, the picture that the suttas, that one can get by reading the suttas. So that has led me now to go into another direction. Now I hesitate to call this the Theravada Monk Training Center. The direction that I'm going towards now is exploring more into the early suttas and to find out more about the sort of practice that the suttas describe in comparison with the commentarial and teacher based training and practice that I have received. So now my priority is to give more weight to the early suttas. But on the other hand, since I was ordained in the Theravada monastic tradition, out of gratitude for the support I have received since my ordination, I try to be very conservative with respect to Vinaya, following the commentaries. But as for Dhamma, my priority would be the suttas against the commentaries. So the vision of SBS that I now have is strict in commentarial Theravada monastic tradition, but being more open-minded with respect to the Dhamma, its interpretation and how to put it into practice. And it's an ongoing process.